Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Happy Friday. Hope everyone is doing well and being safe as you possibly can during the COVID-19 stuff. Today I want to talk about 5 things I love about the XP. Before we get started, I want to thank you all for last week's support. Last week's quarantine cruise video was absolutely huge, and you all did really well with sharing it and watching it, and I love the support. So let's get this video started. Okay, so one of the reasons why I love my XP is going to be storage. Now, if you've never been inside of an XP, it's one of those cars where it looks small on the outside, but the inside is surprisingly large. Let me show you. Okay, so the storage here, as you can see, you have a cubby hole here and here, a little indentation here, and one up here. Now, from the factory, these are actually meant to have nets. They would kind of, you would tap them in there. You have a little net that sits, I think it's about right here. But it allows you to put, like, say, a first aid kit or, small tools, nothing too crazy, but just something, to take up extra storage space. The little indentations here, I don't know of any factory storage options for this spot. I, however, do know that I think it's JL Audio. They make a stealth box. My understanding is the box, the subwoofer is basically what it is, takes up the mounting for that, and I think it sits into that, and I think maybe even into this cubby hole too, but I do believe it does take this particular one. The indentation here also allows you to have access to the taillight bulbs and stuff like that, so you don't actually have to take the taillights out to replace the bulb, which is very smart. However, the other portion is here. Go ahead and turn these little pieces here. Lift this up, and now you have an extra storage container. I personally keep jumper cables. There's a suit in there, some wiring stuff, a blanket here, air pump, and then below all that, you could still fit a whole spare tire. So yes, very practical and a lot of space to store, multiple tools. Like I have a torque wrench right here. I have toe straps, I have a whole bunch of stuff. I don't really need all of it, but if something comes up, I'll have it. Well, the storage does not stop there. If you come to the back, you can see the seat right here. My car's dirty, leave me alone. But you see the little peg right there where it mounts at? See how much higher it is? You can sit comfortably in the back seat and put your legs all the way up, about halfway through the seat, and the passenger or the driver won't feel it. Also, big old water bottle holders, and this little cubby right here underneath the dash, which I absolutely love. Center console is decent amount of storage, and there is one more spot on the driver's side. The big cubby hole there, and this little bin here. I just use this for change. I don't really know what to put up there besides my cell phone, but my phone falls out, so I don't really use it that often. So reliability is another big thing. Most people don't want to own a car that is unreliable, and then if it's unreliable, it doesn't make it very fun to own. Even with adding modifications and doing your basic maintenance, this car is a drain to work on. Now, there's only a few things that would honestly be a pain in the rear. One of them would be removing the intake manifold because it is in the back, so you probably have to remove the plastic trim here to get to it. But everything else is pretty straightforward. I mean, my starter's up top over here, my alternator's on top, the thermostat's right there below the dipstick. I mean, everything is easy accessible, so if I need to replace something, for the most part, it can be done relatively quick. Now, obviously, there are going to be some differences between the automatic and the manual transmission, because the transmissions are different, so there are going to be some small differences. I think the starter might even be in a different location, but I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, super practical and super easy to work on. One of the other reasons why I love the XP is the community. As a whole, the XP community is very positive and always looking forward to help people, which is very important. I think with any large group, if you have nothing but negativity, it pushes people away. And the XP community does the exact opposite. It doesn't matter what you do to your XP, everyone's there to support you, and everyone's there to help you find the next best thing. So that's another reason why I love the XP in particular, is the amount of love and enjoyment the community brings to each other. Another big part of it is going to be the aftermarket community when it comes to supplies and parts. You can pick up a carbon fiber hatch and hood in the $500 to $600 range, pretty cheap. You can get aftermarket fenders, and you can get a full exhaust in this thing, full turbo kits, you know, and you can get pretty much anything done, even ECU kits. So the cool thing is, not only can you get those items, but you can get them relatively cheap compared to other things. So I think that's awesome because it gives people a lot of flexibility if they want to make the XP the lightest, fastest box in the town, or do they want something that just looks stylish. Another thing is going to be is the OEM Plus upgrades. Besides the front end conversion and the rear end conversion, you can swap out your wiper stock, horns, and a bunch of other stuff with other Toyota vehicles. So that's the cool thing, is you don't have to look for XP specific for some things. You can just go pick up Toyota Prius wiper stock to get intermittent wipers as an upgrade. So that's another cool thing about the XP that I love, is it's not just one piece for the XP. We have multiple options and a lot of ways to get access to those parts. There we go, guys. 5 things I love about my XP. If you have any questions or feedback or anything like that, leave it below. Consider subscribing and like this video if you did enjoy it, and I'll see you guys next week. Deuces.